My name is Pam, and I'm a crew member at McDonald's. I've got a new job that I'd like to tell you about. It all started, I guess, about 2 weeks ago. I was working mornings, and I overheard Paul, our store manager, talking with Karen, our hostess, about a new job.
You know, we could really use a weekend host or hostess, Karen.
I agree with you completely. I'll check around and see who's interested.
Great.
There was something about the job that interested me, so I talked to Paul, and he told me exactly what I'd be doing, what the job entailed, and we decided I'd start training. Karen was my trainer, and she was great. We studied the videotapes together, followed the SOC step by step, and she pointed out the important hostess sections of the sales building manual for me to read. It was great. I learned how important the host or hostess is to our restaurant, and how solid customer relations, QSC, and McDonald's basic in-store programs can have a big impact on sales. I guess more than anything, I learned that hosting at McDonald's is a lot more than just a smile. I learned that my job as a hostess is to be genuinely concerned for the comfort of our customers. Whether that means greeting them by name, directing them to an open key station for quicker service, or helping families with high chairs. I learned that my job is to be on the watch for QSC, to make sure that our customers are getting the best quality, service, and cleanliness that we can deliver. I learned how to do a travel path, which is a walk around the restaurant every 15 minutes to check QSC, and to make sure our guests are comfortable and getting what we promised them in our commercials. I also learned how I could help build sales by putting up the POP correctly and on time, by doing fun birthday parties, and by conducting interesting group tours and mini tours. And I learned about other sales builders like Hamburger Days and Dial M. Karen taught me to make sure every child gets a free premium, even kids in cars at the drive-thru. And I learned how to handle customer complaints by using the 7-step approach. I know, it seems like a lot to remember, but let me start from the beginning. Paul started my training by just talking to me about the job.
Really glad to hear that you
Karen
were
was there too.
Job. You know, the hostess has a very important job in this restaurant.
She does?
Because your job is to make every customer feel like a guest, to make each one of them feel welcome and completely comfortable in our dining room. If our customers have a great experience at our restaurant, then they'll come back more often, and that can increase sales.
Good customer relations can really impact sales.
And Karen will tell you specifically how to do that. But there's another aspect to this job that's just as important. The hostess is my eyes and ears for QSC and S.
QSC and S?
Quality, service, cleanliness, and sales.
Sales?
That's right. You see, Pam, the hostess has the best vantage point in the restaurant for discovering all kinds of opportunities for enhancing our QSC&S. And a real important part of the job is keeping me informed on what you discover.
I understand how I'm to be the eyes and ears for QSC, but how do I keep a lookout for sales?
As a hostess, you'll be meeting a lot of people every day, getting to know their names and faces, and that puts you in a unique position to let them know about the other services McDonald's offers, like birthday parties, or store tours for groups, or mini tours for families.
Or loaning the Orange Bowl to a community group.
Or Dial M, which lets customers with large orders call them in ahead of time.
Or Hamburger Days, where we cater McDonald's food to large groups, like a PTA meeting.
And that helps to build sales.
That's right. You still interested?
More than ever. There's a lot more to this job than I thought.
Well, then here's the SOC. Let's get you scheduled to start training with Karen.
I can't. Karen, we've watched the video, we've gone over the SOC, but I'm still not sure how to do all these things.
That's where I come in, Pam. First, before we do anything, sanitation for the hostess is just as important as for the rest of the crew, so wash your hands frequently with the antimicrobial hand wash.
Okay.
This might sound silly, but smile. No matter how tired you might be, it's part of the job. And believe it or not, it'll make you feel better, and it makes other people feel better too. Now, I can't exactly tell you how to make our guests feel welcome, but I can show you.
Great.
We're responsible for maintaining the coffee corner. Keep it well stocked with fresh coffee. And remember to observe the half-hour holding time. And keep the corner neat as a pin. Be sure to have condiments readily available. And keep your eyes and ears open for the guests' needs. Sometimes you'll see a customer who looks like that woman over there. Ma'am, can I get something for you?
Oh, yes, I could use a little bit of cream.
Oh, we'll get one for you right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Keep your eyes and ears open.
To the needs of the customer.
Part of good customer relations is getting to know the regular customers personally.
Right.
And don't forget to give a warm hello every chance you get. Hey, good morning, Mr. Simpson.
Good morning,
How
Karen.
are you?
Fine.
Real good, thank you.
Would you like a warm-up?
Oh, yes, I would.
Would you like a section of the paper, Mr. Lasky?
How about the sports section?
You can have it.
Oh, thanks.
Keep a sharp eye out for any way you can help the customers. Like now, for example. Can we help you?
Thanks.
Oh,
Really appreciate it.
No problem, sir. That's what we're here for. Hi, how are you this morning? Kids are some of our most important customers, so make sure they have fun. Give every child a premium, no exceptions. Kids love McDonald's, and we want them to visit us as often as possible. Remember, when the kids come to McDonald's, they bring their parents too. We always stock free giveaway premiums in the restaurant. Sometimes they're character rings or other plastic toys. So be sure to have a supply of premiums readily available, as well as special premiums for children under 3 years old.
Okay.
I keep those under the front counter. Right now, we have the latest edition of Fun Times magazine to give away. Did you know that Fun Times has the biggest circulation of any magazine of its kind?
No, really?
The kids love it, and they take it home to play with. It reminds them of the fun times they have at McDonald's.
Is that the latest?
Hot off the presses.
Great. Hey, listen, now don't forget to put a stack in the drive-thru. Can't forget the kids in the cars. They should get a gift from us, too.
We won't forget, Paul. Excuse me.
Karen? I love the mazes.
That's okay, ma'am. I'll take care of that for you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. You come back and see us, okay?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Another part of taking care of the kids is the high chairs. After a customer is finished with the high chair, make sure it's cleaned and sanitized. It's important to the moms and dads that the high chairs are clean. It lets them know that we really do care about them and their children.
Paul had mentioned that I'm to be his eyes and ears for QSC.
That's right.
How exactly do I do that?
The best way to keep track of QSC is by walking your travel path.
And we follow a travel path every 15 minutes.
Right. And our travel path is the same as the manager's. Come on, it's time to do one now. I always take the same route. I start with the parking lot. That's the customer's first impression. Then I check the front counter, the lobby, then the restrooms. Shall we?
Okay.
Every 15 minutes, take a walk around the building and look at the lot from the customer's point of view. Is there litter lying around? Are the trash bins full? Does the drive-through menu board need cleaning? Good morning. If it's something I can take care of, I do. Otherwise, I notify the lot and lobby person right away. Next, I make sure straws and napkins are stocked and that everything is neat. Then I walk through the lobby on the lookout for QSC and S. Let's start with quality. We're looking for our customers' reactions to the quality of our products. They'll give us clues.
Clues?
Sure. Like the customer who doesn't finish their sandwich. What could be the problem?
Well, it could be a lot of things.
Okay, but what if you see another customer who doesn't finish their food? What would that tell you?
Well, there could be a problem with the holding time or the cooking procedures.
What would you do?
I'd tell a manager.
Right, because they can't be everywhere. So we help maintain top quality. Now, as to how to keep your eyes and ears open to service, I'll give you a big hint. Try to see the restaurant through the customer's eyes. Keep looking for opportunities to serve the customer. And don't just look for the weak points. If you see someone doing a great job, tell the manager. If a customer offers a compliment, pass it on. We want to report the good things, too.
Okay, but what about cleanliness?
Same thing. Keep your eyes open for cleanliness all the time, just like with quality and service. And jump in when you can to fix a problem. For example, if you see a straw wrapper...
I'd pick it up.
Right, a tray left on a table.
I'd pick it up.
A smudge on a window.
I'd wipe it off.
Spilled milk?
I'd mop it up. No?
Get the lot and lobby person for the really big problems. We're pouring coffee, getting condiments. helping people with their trays. We're very visible, so fix what you can immediately. But the larger problem should be brought to the attention of the lot and lobby person, or a really big problem, to the attention of the manager. Now, what if you saw a full trash bin?
I'd get the lot and lobby person.
Exactly.
Okay, this is a dumb question, but you said the travel path includes checking the restrooms. How do I check the men's room?
That's not a dumb question. First, give a loud knock on the door, then another knock, and say hello. If all's clear, prop the door open. If there is a problem, such as water on the floor, get the lot and lobby person. Most customers would rather wait a minute to have the restrooms cleaned than to walk into a messy one. Okay?
So, that's the travel path.
Right. It's ongoing, every 15 minutes throughout your shift. And don't forget to wash your hands with the antimicrobial hand wash.
So what we're really doing is watching carefully and looking for opportunities to help someone or fix something.
Very good. Okay, let's talk about sales building. Look across the restaurant, Pam. Sales starts with all the point of purchase materials.
Oh, you mean POP like the translights?
Exactly. We share the responsibility of seeing that all the POP goes up on time, like counter mats, tray liners, and banners. And of course the trans lights for the inside menu board and the drive-through. They bring special attention to featured items. It's real important to have the POP up on time and displayed properly so that we'll be coordinated with the TV and radio advertising. Paul has all the POP posting dates in his log, and I note that schedule in my calendar. When I notice it's time to change something, I remind the manager and he arranges for someone to put up the POP. Or sometimes I do it myself.
Well, how do I know how to put them together?
Come on, I'll explain. In every POP kit, there are step-by-step directions for assembly. Also in the kit is the manager's guide that explains all about the promotion. I make sure I read every page so I can understand how the promotion's supposed to work in the restaurant. One more thing. Every month we get a POP chart. If there's ever a question about the POP, you can check the chart for answers. This is always posted by the manager's desk.
Okay, I think I get it.
Oh, we also schedule and host birthday parties.
And birthday parties are part of sales, too.
They sure are. Birthday parties build sales during slow times in the restaurant. And you can't forget how much these kids mean to our business. Treat them right, and they'll not only come back to McDonald's on their next birthday, but they'll ask their parents to bring them to McDonald's to eat more often. And here's a very important point. You can make the biggest impact on repeat business by having a positive attitude while conducting fun birthday parties.
And that helps build sales.
Exactly. We can build birthday party sales by suggestive selling to moms and dads in the lobby. As you're distributing premiums, you can remind the parents that we do fun, economical birthday parties. We have a supply of party flyers like this that we can distribute. This was printed from an art slick in the birthday parties chapter of the sales building manual. We'll talk more about birthday parties later in your training. In fact, we have a videotape that's all about birthday parties that we'll watch together.
Great! So, sales means making sure the POP gets up on time and giving birthday parties.
More than that still. Oh, there's Mrs. Dalmato. I'll show you what I mean. Hello, Mrs. Dalmato. How are you?
Well, I'm fine, Karen. Who's your partner?
Well, this is Pam. She's training for weekend hostess. Pam, this is Mrs. Dalmato. She's on the city council.
Hi, Pam.
Hi.
How are the plans for the city's fun run going?
Oh, just fine. But I ran 3 miles last night and then decided I'd just shoot the starting gun.
Have you thought about having cold drinks for the runners at the end of the race? We have portable beverage coolers called orange bowls that we lend to the public for events like the fun run. And we have the orange syrup and the cups available too.
Well, what a great idea.
Well, we're always happy to support the community. Can you give me a phone number where I can reach you so we can work out the details?
Well, I'd be happy to. It's on the card. Oh, and speaking of running, I've got to meet my brownie troop.
Oh, you're a brownie leader. Do you think the girls would be interested in having a tour of McDonald's?
Well, I didn't know McDonald's offered tours.
Oh, we sure do. When I call you tomorrow about the Orange Bowl, I'll tell you more about our store tours.
Fine. About 10 o'clock?
Sounds great.
Sales. Now I think I'm beginning to see.
Thought you would. A big part of our job is community relations, and you've got to look for those opportunities. For the Orange Bowl and tours, we always have to check with Paul to get his approval, and we have to check the availability of the Orange Bowls. Then we'll call Mrs. Delmato to confirm the date and check the number of gallons of syrup she'll need.
Now, will I be responsible for giving store tours?
Eventually, yes, but that'll come a little later in your training. I'll tell you about it now, though. There are two kinds of tours. One is group tours, such as the one we just mentioned to Mrs. Delmato. These are complete tours for community groups, planned in advance.
Now, why do we conduct group tours?
Well, a group tour is our way of showing off our restaurant. We invite people for a behind-the-scenes look at how we prepare our food and how our restaurant works. When we do a tour, we tell our quality story as we move the group through the store.
How do we know what to tell them, what to show them?
Well, there are two resources available. First, the Store Tours chapter of the Sales Building Manual shows you the main points of interest in the restaurant step by step and tells you what points to cover. And the second resource to help you give a good tour is this handy tour guide that we ordered from Frankel Field Services. And then, at the end of the tour, suggest to sell a meal or a snack to the group.
More sales building.
That's exactly right. The other type of tour also covered in this manual is the mini tour. They're usually spontaneous, with a smaller group of 3 to 5 people. Usually it's a family, but it could be anybody who's interested in a closer look at McDonald's. I'll give you a hint. Start with the customers you know first to build your confidence.
Can we give a mini tour anytime we want?
Slow times are best, and always check with the manager first. That way they can make sure everything behind the counter is just right.
Sounds like fun.
It is. Remember, Pam, if you have children on a tour, make sure they all hold hands. We have a lot of hot surfaces in the kitchen. We wouldn't want anyone to get burned.
That's right. Safety first.
There are other ways we help build sales. For example, we have Dial M at our restaurant.
I know about Dial M. That's when customers with large orders can call in advance and their food will be waiting for them when they come in to pick it up.
Dial M really speeds up service. See that customer getting that large order? Let's help him with his order and give him a flyer so he'll know he can call ahead next time.
What other kind of things can we do to build sales?
Well, another example is hamburger days. It's a regular order for the students at East Lane School. Every Thursday, we sell them 100 hamburgers and cheeseburgers, and the school comes in to pick up the order. The kids get a great McDonald's lunch, and our restaurant gets the extra sales. Paul schedules all the hamburger days. How do you think you could help with hamburger days as a hostess?
Well, maybe one of our customers is a teacher, or a principal, or a leader of another community group. We could tell them about hamburger days, right? Just like we did with Mrs. Delmato.
Exactly. We always try to find ways to turn customer relations into sales. For instance, if we loan the Orange Bowl to a soccer team, they might be interested in having a hamburger day or a special party at McDonald's. All it takes is a little imagination.
Yeah? What else is there?
Well, about every month or so, we have special activities in our restaurant. These are fun, unique events scheduled during our slower times. People really like them, and when they're here, they buy more food.
What kind of activities are there?
Well, like lunch with Santa Claus at Christmas, or candlelight dinners, or senior citizen bingo.
Well, what do we do during these activities?
Well, that depends. Sometimes we'll decorate the restaurant, and sometimes we run the activities. I love calling the numbers on bingo days.
No wonder customers like to come to our store to participate. It's fun.
It is.
Hi. How's the training coming?
Oh, fine, Paul. We've covered just about everything except for customer complaints. If you've got time, maybe you could cover this with Pam?
Sure. The shift is covered. Things are running well.
Good. I'll go do the travel path.
So, there are 3 situations in customer complaints that must always be referred to a manager. First, if there's ever any question of incorrect change. Second, if a customer is angry because of a long wait for any reason. And third, if there's any complaints about foreign objects in food. These things must always be referred to a manager.
Very good. In general, if you're not sure how to handle a problem, just call one of the managers. Be polite to the customer, but don't say anything except you call a manager right away. And for other situations, just follow the SOC. See, all you have to do is remember the goal, which is to help the customer feel good again. And to accomplish that, just use a 7-step approach in handling customer complaints. It's right there on the SOC.
I saw Karen use the 7-step approach just the other day.
Well, do you remember how she handled the situation?
Let's see. She followed the 7 steps. The man was angry because his French fries were cold.
Did she take a positive approach?
She sure did.
Sir, is there a problem?
Yeah, I just sat down with my meal and my fries are cold.
She showed concern.
Well, I'm very sorry, sir. My name's Karen. I'm the hostess here, and I think we can take care of this problem for you.
I've had the worst day. I get a flat tire on my way to work. The boss is mad because I'm late. Now I can't even get a hot meal.
What did she do then, Pam?
Then she told him what she thought she had heard, in her own words.
You come in to enjoy your food, and you get cold fries.
That's right.
Then she apologized.
Well, sir, I am very sorry. This just isn't right.
Well,
Then she took action.
I'm going to get you another order of fries, and I'm going to personally make sure they are fresh and hot. All right?
that'll be great. Thanks.
I'll bring them right to your table.
Then she went to talk to the production manager to try to solve the problem.
You see, if customers go away angry, they might not come back, and that can hurt sales. The Sales Building Manual has many suggestions on ways to handle some common customer complaints. Why don't you read it over? It's very helpful.
I will. Thanks, Paul.
You know, I've been watching you during your training. I'm very happy with your progress. I think you're going to make a great hostess. In fact, I'm going to schedule you to start next weekend.
Great! Thanks for all your help. My basic training is over. Karen was great. She showed me how to do my job, and then she watched me while I tried. I still got a lot to learn, but in about 5 minutes, I'm going to go out and do the job on my own. I'm not too nervous. I think I've got it down. Let's see. Wash my hands frequently. Make the customers feel welcome. Smile. Open doors for them. Greet them by name when possible. Direct customers to open key stations. Help families with high chairs. Keep condiments and napkins available. Conduct fun birthday parties and informative group tours. Make sure every child gets a premium, and be sure to stock premiums in the drive-thru. Always stay on the lookout for QSC and sales. Do a travel path every 15 minutes. Spot clean, but if there's a problem, inform the lot and lobby person or the manager. Make sure the POP gets up on time. Look for ways to help community organizations with services like the Orange Bowl. And if you ask a family if they'd like a mini tour, check with the manager first. And for customer complaints, use the 7-step approach. And always have a positive attitude and a warm smile. Well, those are the highlights. I think I'm ready. Wish me luck. Oh, and good luck to you too.